Hi everyone. To continue my series on the belted plaid and me, this would be part 3, I suppose. Um, Here I am wearing my plaid, my great kilt, whatever you'd like to call it, and it's 4 yards long of double wide cloth. So I think that's like 58 inches wide. I'm not sure on that, but it's woven by Strathmore and 13-ounce wool. So I can look that up if you're really curious. But anyway, so if you've watched the other videos, you've realized how I've got to this point, right? And so in the past, what I typically do, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold, is I have this very wide, almost reminds me of like a weight belt, for securing your back while working out with heavy weights. But I would put this on here and use this not necessarily to carry things, but just to secure things, keep things neat and tidy. I can take my long front bits there and tie them around back, or even fold that in so I expose more of the pleats, tuck that under. I can make this really neat and tidy. I've been thinking of another way to do things, and it's largely comes from inspiration from seeing what other people do. And so here I've got, and this would actually probably be a bit more historically accurate, although I'm not necessarily going after historical accuracy here. Here's another belt. This one is also from Ravenswood leather. I think it's 2 inches wide, but anyway. And on it, I already have bags suspended. So this is I think it's an old tobacco pouch. I'm not sure. Modern. And this here is actually a sporran that was made to copy an 18th century one. So this would be considered a bit more historically accurate. Right, very simple, straightforward. So those are already on the belt. And so then what I do to make sure they're kind of where I want them to be, put this around like this. And I guess we're kind of set, got those there. So now what I've done in the past, I'm doing differently here, only because I want to. Still take the long front bit here that's in front of you. And in this case, I'm leaving the fringe out facing the world, but suppose you could flop it into what faces you. It's personal preference. And instead of, wrapping all the way around, I'm actually just going to take the corner here, lift up my sporran, and just stick it under the belt. The appearance is not as neat and tidy. One reason why I think a great kilt can be used in a modern context is because even though modern clothing tends to have good fit, the shapes is very straight lined, very yeah, there's not a lot of extra, I guess, like this. So in order to make this work, if you make this whole thing more neat and tidy, then that fits more with like a tailored shirt or whatever. But here, especially if you're wearing, I don't know, a much looser top or something like that, or a historical top or whatever. But anyway, even with my modern t-shirt, I'm going to try it. Take this again, this second one, let the fringe flop out, just stick it under your belt here. So now I've got these kind of poofy bits. And if I was just walking around like this, it might be a bit weird to have poofy bits kind of hanging everywhere. But I've got sporrans, bags, and they kind of cover them up. One of the couple cool things is it's just a redistribution of material. So it hangs differently, it moves a little differently, but not bad. Not anything different anyway, really. But one other thing you could do is, if you see here, it's like a pocket, but it's not, because everything just will slide down, because gravity is simultaneously your best friend and worst enemy. So what I would do then is take more of the edge of the kilt and bring that up and tuck it in, okay? Because then now that's kind of secure. It's a pretty big pocket. You can put stuff in there, and it's kind of that whole stretch there. Same with here if I wanted to do that. So there's lots of ways to do it, and this is just another one. that I hadn't demonstrated before, so I thought I'd throw a video up demonstrating it. All right, thanks, and have a great day.